Welcome back, unbecomers. Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm hoping all is well. I just wanted to jump up here and share a scripture that God had gave me for my situation about 2 months ago, and I have notes on it. And I also going to tell you how I looked at that scripture when he gave it to me. Not only did he just give me that, he gave me a lot more, because I'm in a season where he's asking me to do something, and it's not like I don't want to do it, but it's just like challenging for me. And in order for me to grow and expand my capacity of knowing who God is and him getting glory out of my life, I have to do the things he say do, even if I do it scared. So if God is telling you to do something and you know it doesn't make sense, 9 out of 10, he's going to have you. He's got your back. 10 out of 10, not even 9 out of 10. So don't be so stagnated, ask him to show you and to give you the spirit of clarification, to know that that is him speaking. But if you're spending your time with him, God, sometimes, like over the last 2 months, God has really been speaking, even to the point of knowing that his angels are guiding me in the direction that I need to go. So it's up to me to listen and follow his lead as he's leading me, even during this difficult season of my life, what he's asking me to do. So even though he asked me to do something, well, told me, because he didn't ask me, told me what to do, I don't see any way that this can happen. But yet he still felt the need to give me Deuteronomy 12 and 7. And he gave me that October the 9th, 2022. I have it written right here in my Bible. So I am going to read you this verse, and I'm going to explain what I'm saying about it. And yeah, just go from there. So one translation says, "And there you shall eat before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice in all that you put your hands to, you and your household, because the Lord your God has blessed you." And so another translation says, "You will eat there in the presence of the Lord your God, and rejoice with your household in everything you do, because the Lord your God has blessed you." You are not to do as we are doing here today. Everyone is doing whatever seems right in his own way. Now, he didn't give me 8. I just read 8 to you. So I would suggest that you go back and read 12 and 7. And just get it in your spirit, because some words that you're going to look at in that verse is what's going to bless your whole heart, because that's what it did for me. So what is in your hand that you can use to benefit others? Because remember, it's not about us. We're here to win souls. We're not here to gossip. We're not here to talk about things that are irrelevant to God. And the reason you know that they're irrelevant to God, because for one, it's not leading nobody to Christ. Your job is to lead people, souls, to Christ. Okay? Also, your job is to whatever he's blessed your hands with to do financially, as well as words of wisdom, you're to give to others. You're to give to others. So with that being said, I put, when it's time to make a decision, we're afraid of making that decision because we are scared of making the wrong decision. Because I started to put this, because for me, I was making a decision when he gave me this. So I had to think, what was I going through at that time when he gave me this verse? No decision is still considered stagnation or stuck. Then we ask God for several signs of clarity about a decision. Sometimes God has already gave us that answer. So for me, God had gave me so many answers to the question I was asking, because I was scared. And this being one of the verses that he gave me. So whenever you're starting to be afraid about things that God asks you to do, ask yourself, number one, did you consult God first about the decision that you're about to make? Number two, what does God's word say about the decision you're about to make? Or number three, what is your intentions? in that decision. Because one thing I know is God is not, yes, God will bless something, or you know, you have a lot of non-believers that are successful, but for us as believers, those that are walking and building their journey with God, what is your intentions on what and the things that you ask God for? Is it so that you can give the charities? Is it so that you can give to the homeless or build a kingdom around your ministry that's going to be helping others? Or do you want it all for yourself? In the walk with God, you cannot be selfish. There's no room for that. I am blessed that God blessed me to be a giver already. I didn't have to ask God for that. I didn't. Everybody, it's only a selected few. I mean, it's not even just a selected few, but it's a few people that God created to be givers, to be compassionate, to have empathy. And I was glad to be one of those people. Now, if you're not one of those people, you got to ask God to help you become that person that he needs you to become. Especially with finances or clothes or whatever you ask, or a business. Like, why do you want to run a business? So you can get all the greed to you? Or do you want to help others during that business? What are your intentions? Your intentions has to add up with God's will in order for you to do and get the things that he wants you to do. It does. Okay. Number 3, whatever. This is the decision something that is going to make you step out on faith. And that was the whole bottom line that I was trying to get to. Is it a decision that's going to make you step out of faith? For me, yes. So try to see which one of these line up with your life. For me, I know what my decision is. Mine is getting me to step out on faith. In order for me to step out on faith, or to say that I really and truly believe God, I have to make this decision in order for me to see the manifestation of the things that he's telling me to do. Okay? So, with that being said, we're going to go back over 8. I just had to, because for me, that's why I was asking God for about a decision. What do you want me to do? So he gave me Deutronomy 12:7. I had to then look at that and see what it says. And then I put me something together for me in order for me to get on the same time as God. Because timing is everything, okay? Timing is everything. So what 7 says is, and there you shall eat before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice in all that you put your hand to. Okay, so when I read that, in my mind and in my heart, just by reading that, that lets me know whatever God is asking me to do, and I do it, it's going to all work out fine. And it's not only going to benefit me, but it's going to benefit my household, which is my kids. It's a household. It didn't say every single body, but it's my household. And of course, in that return, you will also help your family, of course, and help those that need. But right there, let me know that whatever I put my hands to, as long as it's lined up with God, it's going to come through. And as long as he the one sent me, it has to come through. As long as you consult God in your decision making, it's going to come through. Because even if you don't know which way to go and you make a wrong turn, he's going to lead you back on the right path. He's going to lead you back on the right path, because all things work together for the good. Nothing you're going through is going to be wasted. Okay, what is going to be wasted is me sitting here trying to figure out should I or shouldn't I, or asking God 50 million times for a sign, for a sign, for a sign. Instead of me taking the word that he already gave me and be like, okay, I trust God, and go. And that's where we have to get to, a place where we know we're trusting in God and we know God for who he is. So this week I'm taking time to really get to know God. I know God. He speaks to me. We communicate. I do. But if I know God how I say I know God, then why would I question, not even question, why wouldn't I just go ahead and do what he asked me to do? Because there's a fear there. There's fear. And God did not give us that fear. Satan gave you that fear in order to stumble you, stagnate you, keep you stuck. Now, the next thing in this that also allowed me to know that my family, which is my household, is going to be good, is when he said, you and your household, because the Lord your God has blessed you. And when he said blessed, that is past tense. BLESSED is past tense. So that also allowed me to know it's already done. It's already done. He's just waiting on me. So I'm hoping I can kind of like, with the decision part, I was just allowing you to know what I was going through in October when he gave me that. Because it took me a minute to be like, okay, God, I'm asking you about a decision. And you send me the Deutronomy 12:7. It has really nothing to do with decision. But it does. It has a lot to do with decisions. It does. The decision that God told me to make allows me to know that I will eat in the presence of the Lord and that my household will rejoice at everything I put my hands to. So sometimes you have to sit with that scripture. You have to meditate with it. Even if it don't make sense at the time, keep coming back to it. God to make it make sense. We're not perfect. There's only one perfect person. But at least he's wanting you to be willing to go and do as he says so he can get the glory out of your life. So until next time, maybe you can sit and think about Deuteronomy 12:7 and how does it work in your life? Or how will it work in your life? It can work at a decision that you're trying to make. You could be already working on something and it's giving you a hard time because what I'm working on, oh my gosh, it's really stretching me beyond capacity that I didn't even know that I had in me. But by him giving me this, I know once all this is done, my household will be blessed. And that's the whole thing, storing up wealth for my kids, storing up just wealth, period. But in order for you to store up wealth, that's one set. Your other body, your other side, you have to be a giver. You have to be a generous person. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. And again, this is about my journey, my walk, my life, and how these scriptures are applied to my life, how I study them, or whatever the case may be, what God has given me. Okay? So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.